Stump Station episode 4, and this episode I'm so excited. This young lady is an inspiration. She is one of the faces of the future of Saudi Arabia. She has her own podcast, talk about Saudi 2030, and she's a content creator with over 70,000 followers on Instagram. Linda, welcome to the podcast. I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you. I'm actually really happy to be here and have fun with you, talking, sharing some stuff with your audience.
Honestly, it's for my audience, your audience, to understand you more, especially because you're 13 years old and you've achieved so much on social media, creating a podcast. Like, you have confidence like no other teenager I've ever met, which is amazing, by the way.
Thank you. As I said, behind the scenes, thanks to my mom, because she's the one who made me get into people and understand and communicate. So without this experience, of course, I'm not going to have confidence. And also thanks to my school, because they teach us how to do speeches and stand on stage. So I think stage gives you more confidence, I guess, more than talking to people.
Yeah, of course. And I have coached kids in the past, 12, 13, 14, and being able to not only speak with people your own age, but adults, and going around. And I remember when we met at this charity football match with Ashley Cole.
Yes.
Did you know who he was, by the way, before you knew you were going?
Actually, because I'm not into football, I didn't know him.
So for everyone out there, we went to a charity event. I was at the radio at the time, and you were just this incredible social media brand represented, which is amazing. And going to this charity match with Ashley Cole there. And I was excited because I'm a big football fan. So I was like, this is amazing. This is so good. And for you, you're like, oh, he's just a really big, well-known guy.
Yeah. I think my cousin, he was more excited than me because he's into football, of course. So he was like, oh, take me there. But then sadly, he had school, so he couldn't join us.
Well, so you should have had school as well.
Yeah, I did. But I mean, like, at that time, we didn't take too many topics that are hard or something, you know? So,
Okay,
yeah. And, you know, I was the first one who ever did, because Ashley Cole came to Saudi Arabia for his first time in his life, right?
Yeah.
The moment when he came. And I was the first one, like, not even a big TV shows or well-known brands who did an interview with him. It was me.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
I
bragging
was the
rights.
first person to do an interview with him here in Saudi Arabia.
And the thing is, you're 13, and my friends, right, back home, who support Chelsea, support the team you used to play for, would be so jealous of you right now. That,
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, massively. My friends were jealous of me. And now they're like, oh, this 13-year-old girl that doesn't like football gets to meet Ashley Cole, do an interview with him, and they're like been fans for like, since we were like 12, 13. So it's crazy. It's so good.
Wow, I think it's my luck.
Not just luck. Don't get me wrong. You're doing an amazing job. And like,
Thank you.
You are young, but when did you start getting into content and started posting?
I think when I was 10. Yeah, I was 10. I was into acting. I used to do also, like, I was a content creator at that time, but I didn't have the confidence really that much because I wasn't going to events, a lot of events, get to know new people because, you know, I wasn't known, so of course they're not going to call me. But after several years, when I was 12, my mom thought, like, not my mom actually, it was me. I was like, I love Vision 2030, and I think many people who are my age doesn't know what this vision talks about. Well, it's mostly for us, the youth. And right now, over the years, many goals that the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, who made this vision, the goals that he set is already becoming true. Like, and we still haven't entered 2030. So I was thinking, then what should I do? Like, should I do it on Instagram or something? I was like, okay. I saw a podcast. So many podcasts of people because I love listening to podcasts. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do a podcast. I'm going to talk because I love talking as well.
I've realized it's okay. I love it, by the way. It's awesome.
Thank
You're so
you.
good.
So I launched a podcast called Linda and Vision 2030. So it sheds light on success stories, explore challenges in entrepreneurship, sustainability, and digital transformation. And we're also, because we started last year in December, so we still don't have so many episodes. So I was thinking maybe I'm going to do an individual episodes of myself talking about the vision and like new stuff that we haven't talked, because till right now I'm interviewing guests. Yeah.
Honestly, it's amazing. And I want to go back. You at 10 years old was like, oh, do you know what? I think I want to start creating content and all this. At 10.
Yeah.
Like at 10 years old, do you know the Power Rangers?
I think I heard about
or Jackie Chan or wrestling. You know WWE wrestling?
Yeah.
I was obsessed with WWE wrestling as a kid, playing video games from like 10 until 14. And then there's you like Do you know what? I really love the vision of 2030 in Saudi Arabia, and I want to talk about it. Like, do you not realize the difference that is for kids to be able to do?
Yeah, honestly, because I want my voice to be heard, you know? Okay, before I want to die, Bismillah alayya, before I die, I don't want to just die and people say like, yeah, she was a good girl or something. No, I want to have a really powerful name for myself. Like, I want them to explain something about me that has really good value in this life. Like, let's say, I don't know like what, but honestly myself, I want the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman to see my podcast, and I wish I can do an interview with him because he is such a really big role model for me and for so many people. Despite his achievements, everything that he did, I'm really grateful for him because everything that he was doing it was for all, but mostly for us, the youth. So he developed education for us. What else? He bought international schools from everywhere, like the British School, Downhouse School, so many other schools. So I'm really happy. So yeah, that's what I want to do. That's why I thought, I was like, okay, I love Vision 2030. Let me do it in something good so that my voice can be heard, and my name won't be just like, let's say she's an actress, but like, let's say for example, an actress, she acts in comedian series. Okay, that's something fun, but it doesn't have a value of like, let's say if you compare it to a royal highness people, you see the value.
Different levels,
so I want my name to have something, a really good value, you know. So this is why I'm doing these stuff, impactful stuff, something with a goal, something with a reason, purpose.
Honestly,
you know?
It's amazing because I think there's a difference in just the way you think. Right there, you said, oh, being an actress is nice, being entertaining is nice, but it's that value and giving value to the country here.
Yeah, because actually, if you don't have value, people are not gonna reach out to you, you know?
That's true.
Yeah, you need to make value for yourself, because if you didn't make a value for yourself, no one is gonna make for you. Not even your parents. I mean, your parents are going to support you, will provide everything for you, but still, you have to make that for yourself, because you are the main character of yourself. You're living your life. Do something for yourself before it's...
I feel like I'm speaking to a 21-year-old woman, like fresh out of uni, being like, "Oh, I want to do these things in my life." Like, I'm mind blown. I don't feel like I'm speaking to a 13-year-old. Like my brother, he's 17, and I don't have conversations like that with him. Like, I'm not saying it's good or bad, but I think one, he's young and doesn't know himself, and that's fine. This is a normal teenage thing to do. But you're so confident with yourself and what you want and where you want to go. It's truly amazing and inspiring.
Thank you.
Also, I'm gonna just big up your name, by the way, Linda. Amazing name. So my nan, my grandma, I thought you said in Saudi, my nan, Linda, thank you very much. She's probably my number 1 fan always. Watching my YouTube, radios, the podcast, she's my number 1 fan. So she's gonna love this episode just for your name, by the way. But honestly, I think it's so good that what you're doing for such a young age. And when you said as well about the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, he's not just doing things for the youth, but since I've been here, he's changed so many things for women and the opportunities for women. You know,
women empowerment.
It's amazing. Like, I came into 2017, women couldn't drive, they couldn't travel without permission, and these were big things.
So many strict stuff.
And now, like, the opportunities. And when I say that in 2017, 2018, he was 5. So you were 5 years old when this all changed. So it's insane how all of these things are truly impacting your development and where you're going. Because if you were born 10 years earlier, right? You may not be doing what you're doing now. So he's truly changing the country to allow you to do these things to grow. And I want you to meet him so bad.
And thank God I'm from this generation, Gen Alpha, which the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman called us the golden generation.
It's called Gen Alpha?
Yeah. Our generation is called Gen Alpha, and this year, Gen Alpha has ended, Gen Beta. Kids who are born this year are Gen Beta.
I thought it just went to Gen Z. Like,
I think you're Gen Z,
No, I'm a millennial. Like, I'm a millennial. This is I'm a millennial. I'm right at the end. I know it sucks. People don't realize is what you've done already from 10 to 13. So what are some of the great brands and collaborations that you've done, which you remember that are like, oh, wow, that was awesome?
That was awesome. I think all, but my favorite was, so basically I won, I think when I was 12. When I was 10, I won Miss Kids 2022.
Wow.
Yeah, and then when I was 11, 11, 12, I don't know. I won the first place in MBC Academy, the road show, for playing ballet, and then the third place among the whole kingdom.
So what was that? Doing ballet?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
playing
amazing.
ballet.
So how long have you been doing ballet for?
I started when I was 5 years old. Yeah, so I was like, okay, because at that time I didn't have podcast, but I still didn't launch the thinking that I was planning to do.
Well,
So
yeah, you were 5, but anyway, yeah.
no, I was not 5. I was I think 10 or 11, 12.
Oh,
so
okay,
between,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, then, yeah, of course. But even then, you're 10 or 11. If you launch a podcast at 11, it's even more crazy in a great way than what you're doing now, you know?
Yeah.
When you were creating content and from going up and working with brands and all of these things, when was that moment when you're like, oh, this is going to be something. I'm growing on social media. This is awesome.
Oh, actually, I don't remember in the past, but it's right now. It's something right now. I think it's my podcast. It was last year actually, because as I'm saying, I'm saying something impactful, something that one day maybe the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman will give a look at, because I'm doing something that supports his vision that he made. So basically, I can't say this, but I have a new project I'm participating in. It's also a series I'll be posting in my podcast. So it's about a really great model. Actually, he is my role model. He has died. He's a prince. But I'm not going to say his name, because if I said it, you're going to know what this project is about, because it's still not released. So I just see him as my biggest role model, honestly, because when I visited their museum, I was like, I was 11? Yeah, I was 11. I saw everything because we got an invitation, so I wasn't really inspired by everything, okay? And then this year we had a delegation. They're from Taiwan. They're FOPAL, for peace and love. They came here, and then they wanted to visit some good places here in Riyadh. So I told them about this museum, and then when I went there wasn't a translator, so I was the translator.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there was the tour guide, and then he was speaking in Arabic, and then I was translating for them in English. The tour guide, when he was explaining everything, I was like, I really felt everything the Crown Prince has did, because I really want you guys to know what the museum is, but I can't say till now. But he has so many achievements. He had did so many good things, like his humanity is really important. I do want to say, but I keep on forgetting.
I can see you're excited. Basically, they need to follow you on Instagram, go to your podcast, and they're going to find out.
Yes. But it's not released. I didn't even say
they have
anything.
to follow you to find out later on, right? Otherwise, they're going to have no clue.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's amazing. Like, the forward thinking. Do you ever feel like that you think differently to your peers at school?
Actually, yes. I do. Especially my classmates. Because, as you said, my thinking is completely somehow different from a normal 13-year-old. I realize that my thinking is different is in making values, like knowing value for everything, because I see every small thing, there's a really big value in it. But them, if they saw this thing, they'll be like, okay, that's a normal thing. But me, I look through the values, because I read books, not only fantasy books, but like books that about self-development, self-empowerment. So yeah, I think from these things, this is where I see my thinking is different from them. And I think everyone likes to play if something is really entertainment, but them 24 hours they want to play. Yeah. But me, I just see myself different. Like I see different. Yeah, I'm not really into playing like what they play. I mean, I do play with my best friend, but as I told you, they don't really think the way how I think,
Well, you're like 10 years older than the way you think, if I'm honest. Most people do not think like this until they're out of college. Like, they just think, study, enjoy life, and that's it. And even myself, right? So when I was 16, I failed school at 16 years old. So I don't know how the grade system works here, but ours is like A to C, right? Is it similar? So
yes.
When I was 16 years old, I didn't care about anything. All I cared about in school was being popular. Going to kids' parties and having fun. That's all I cared about. And we'd go to parties and have fun and go to houses, like house parties, and just enjoy, right? And then at 16, I failed school. When I say failed, I mean I got 3 C's. Everything else was D's and F's, which is terrible, by the way, and no one should do that. And this is the worst way to learn. It was like a switch. I literally just switched. I went from, okay, I started the gym. I was like, I need to look better and feel better in myself, build confidence. I need to learn and actually get into university because I knew it was important. And then boom, I worked so hard for 3 years to get in, right? But I had to go through, if I'm honest, a pretty crap time to do that. Whereas you're at that place already where you know what you want. You have the values that you're thinking value. You're thinking future. You're thinking what is the long-term effects, not like every other teenager, even myself. That is
because
so fun.
Because what you do, even if you're younger, people are still going to calculate it in your future, or like in the future, say, oh, when you were young, you did say, let's say you did something that's really bad. Okay, they're gonna say, oh, even if you became something that is really big, they're gonna say, oh, you did this. So this is why you have to revise.
I think I agree in yes and no, right? Because I think yes, it's great because people are always gonna remind you of what you were, right? Always, even for me, like people always remind me of the kid that did fail school, that had to work hard to get into uni, and now they're like, it looks like 2 different people. But yes, I am a different person. So I think when someone is the opposite of you now, when they're a teenager and they don't think like you, they're just having fun, or they're not doing well in school, or they're not focused on their future, they can completely change. And sometimes it takes a really hard time and a real hard look in the mirror to do that. But I think it's even more incredible that you're there now. You don't, and you're pushing yourself to grow and be better now, because literally at 26, double your age, you're going to be younger than me, but you're going to achieve so much by then.
Inshallah.
And
why not?
Yeah, and I think that's truly amazing and inspiring for the younger generation. And when I say the younger generation, I mean your peers. You know, because that's who you're doing this for. That's who you're trying to do for.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like me and my best friend, not because she's my best friend, no, honestly, I feel like we are the only 2 who are really mature in the class, honestly. Like, even with human behavior, they don't really understand, you know? But for me, I do understand, and I know why did this person do this, or like, why are they doing this, and, you know? So they don't see the same thing.
And also as well, some women mature quicker than men. All right, especially at a younger age. It's normally about 3 to 5 years until like their mid-20s. Actually, I can't remember. I think it was from a book called something about natural human. I can't remember the book. So basically, women mature younger, and some women even mature even earlier. And this is something I feel like you went through at like 9, 10, which happens for a lot of women, right? And you matured earlier, and you see things differently, and you do things differently. But when you're in school, do you ever feel like a bit of a celebrity?
Honestly, kind of, because I don't believe like in being a really big celebrity, because what my classmates or my schoolmates do look is that, let's say when I acted in series called Sundustu, this is something that entertained people, so they love this series. So when I acted in there, they were like, oh, you're the one who was acting there. Da-da-da-da. So I was like, I do feel happy, but thank you that you remembered that, but I don't want you to know that. I want your first impression about me to know that I have a really big value, and that I'm building myself with something that is really good, and that I'm capable of things like you don't. You know, but not in a bad way. I mean, like in a good way. And that I'm doing something that is really impactful for you also, because you're my age. I'm trying to remind you of the vision, to not waste all of the opportunities. And that's what I'm trying to remind them through my podcast. Because as I told you, all of the goals are getting already achieved right now, and we still haven't reached 2030. So many things are going really fast. So if you didn't take action, then in 2030 you'll be like, when you see something that is really good, you'll be, oh, I wish I was like I supported that thing, or I was part of that thing, you know. So and I believe I'm gonna be part of Vision 2030 actually.
I believe so too, and I've seen you over social media. You went on the radio on NBC Loud. You're doing many things, and people interacting with you at charity events where I met you, and it's like, well, a 13-year-old shouldn't have this type of network. You know, they shouldn't have these types of connections. And something that you do have, which is so different to any teenager I've ever met, is the confidence to speak.
Yeah, and actually, so my aunties and my family, especially my teachers, when we have a speech or something to say on stage or like anything about the stage, I get really excited. Why? Because I experienced that. I have the confidence to stand there. And I remember this year we had a speech for grade 7, okay? We had a speech and then they were like, who wanna join? And if you wanna join, then it should be you and your best friend and any friend. And then you should talk about a historical figure, someone who is really important. And yeah, so me and my best friend, we went there and we applied for it, and I can see the teacher are really happy. Why? Because last year when I joined, but I couldn't attend because I had to travel for a project. So they were like, oh, I remember you from last year. You had really good confidence. Like, why you didn't come there? And then they're like, at least you came today and you're joining. So they got really happy. And that's the thing, my auntie is really proud of me. Actually, my auntie is not only one auntie. So they're really happy about that and proud because I know how to speak, you know? Yeah, and that's something I'm also proud of.
Like, I feel you because when I've been able to do this my whole life. My whole life, I've been able to speak from such a young age and I would never stop. Confidence to go up, to meet people, I've never cared. Even from as very young, I would be 5, 6 years old, I would just, wherever we are, I'd make a friend instantly and just meet people.
Oh.
And it's so very similar. So I understand what you mean, but when did you realize that you had that skill of having the confidence to speak on stage, having the confidence to just go and meet people and chat to people that you didn't know?
Actually, I don't remember. It just came.
Just so young. It was
Yeah, it just came. Like, I just suddenly found the confidence in me. And
Yeah.
alhamdulillah, I started talking with everyone. Even yesterday, I had a meeting with someone. She is working with the UNICEF. Yeah. So when we met in the mall, she was like talking with me, and then she was like, how old are you? I'm like 13. She was really shocked because she was like, the way that you were speaking, I feel like I was talking to someone who was like 17 or like older.
I would even say if you don't look at your face because you look young, you could be in your 20s, you know, because the way you speak and you get very excited and passionate. But you look young, so What are some, as well, like for anyone, whether that be teenagers, anyone older, what are some tips that you would give for people to build confidence with speaking, and whether that be going on stage, doing a podcast?
So the first thing I would like to say about being confident, believe yourself. Don't care about people's opinion, whether it's into judging or whatever they're gonna say, even bad compliments or whatever. Just don't care, because these are their opinions. You have your opinion, you're speaking about your opinion. The thing that you're believing, you're going to speak about. So don't care about these things. Believe in yourself. When you believe in yourself, then you just find yourself having the confidence. Enjoy yourself. Like, whatever you do, even though if it's bad, think positive about it. Like, even if you're feeling like you're in the wrong path, just know, like, if it feels you're in the wrong path, then you are in the right path, actually. Sometimes. So enjoy yourself. Remember what you are doing is, it depends on what you want to do, but remember that people are going to love it. People, even if they're not going to, just put that in your mindset so you can just complete walking.
It's like walking, right? It takes time. And I am a big believer in confidence in anything is a skill. So something that me and you can probably relate to is that from a young age, you'd get up, you would speak, you would, even from a young age, you don't care. You know, you don't care what people think. You just go up and do something your family say, go and speak, and you just do it. Yeah,
because I don't care about people's faces, even if they're caring, but their face is boring, whatever. I don't care. I'm caring
Don't judge me on that.
No. Because I focus on what I'm doing. I'm enjoying myself. I'm feeling happy with my actions, the way I'm talking, the way my tone is going up and down. I just like the way what I'm doing. This is why I feel more confident. Yeah.
No, for sure. And there was this, do you know a guy called Alex Hormozy?
Who is that?
So he's a huge business influencer on social media, right?
Oh, amazing.
And there was this quote that he speaks about with confidence. And I want to relate it a little bit. And I believe confidence is the mix between knowledge and experience.
Yes.
So whether that be, let's say, exams, right? It's the knowledge of what you know, plus the experience of taking tests.
True.
Because if you don't take tests or practice tests, you're going to get not confident. It's the same with speaking. If you don't have knowledge on the topic you're speaking about, you're going to feel nervous.
Yes.
If you don't have experience speaking regularly, you're going to feel nervous.
True.
And some people need more experience to feel confidence, and some people need more knowledge. I'm someone that goes for experience. And if I have more knowledge, great. But the more I do something, the less I think about it. And I think you're very similar. The more you do something, the more confident you are. That's what I've got from you, because you just speak and go and get in a flow, and it's amazing. And I think for anyone out there that wants to build confidence in anything is like, realize, are you someone that needs to know the topic well, or are you someone that needs to go through the practice runs well and just go for it? And I think especially people your age that don't have the confidence you do.
Yeah, because they think about judgment, and it's not a cool thing to do, or like their friends are going to laugh at them, or their gang are going to say, oh yeah, it's bad, you look bad, or whatever. No, just do what you're happy, because let me tell you, so many people, like, let's say fans with their favorite celebrity, let's say their celebrity is a podcaster, okay? A podcaster, and they see this celebrity is talking confidently, they're enjoying themselves, having fun, but when they try to do this, okay, because they don't have experience, of course they're gonna feel nervous, but they're passionate about something else. Why do you have to do something that your favorite person is doing? Okay, you might give it a try, experience, but try to do something that you're more passionate with, because when you're passionate about something, you're gonna find yourself confident. Even if you don't have that confidence, at least you're gonna have a little bit of confidence, and you will enjoy what you're doing. You're feeling happy. You're not even thinking about the time, even if it's taking so long. Because your favorite celebrity is a podcaster, you don't have to be a podcaster like them. Do what you like, because maybe if you did this thingy, maybe you don't know, maybe you're gonna be better than your celebrity, you know? Small things can make big things.
No, it's true. And let's just give you as an example. People may watch you and think, oh man, I wish I had the confidence to speak into a podcast at 13 and be inspired by that. So they need to be like, what am I inspired by? I don't have that ability and that skill to be able to speak, but what am I good at? What am I good at naturally? And branching that from there. And, you know, we're both lucky that we're very good at talking, but I'm not good at many, many, many things. I don't know if you can read my writing, but I can't write at all. No one can read my writing. So literature and writing books is definitely a no-go, right? I'm the least artistic person. I'm very creative, but not artistic.
Amazing,
but not artistic. So when it comes to drawing, writing, I'm so bad that in school, my teacher told me, I'll give you a little fun story. When in our schools, when you get here 14, you get to start picking some subjects and start taking some away. You have to do English, math, science. But when it comes to, say, acting, physical PE, physical education, art, my art teacher said, I will not let you pick this subject because you're that bad. It was really bad. Like, I was that bad. And my mum and dad just laughed because they know. And that's fine. And it's nothing wrong with, just because you get inspired by someone that does something that you're not good at, you've got another skill there that you can tap into and be so good at. But I think for the younger generation and even your peers, it's finding that. And they're not caring what people think, because I was also someone that cared what people thought of me so much at 13. All I cared about was being cool in school, because most people, school is life. You know, for the teenagers out there, school is life. Being in school and being the popular person and everyone talking about you, that's everything. And then as soon as you leave, there's this emptiness. You're like, now what? And for you, it's so different. We're going to go, I don't know how well you're doing in school, but we're going to find out. But you've got school, you've got your education, and then you're doing all this on the outside of it, which is amazing. And you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So something I will ask you in a minute is about college and university and growing there, but some people don't want to do that. But you've got the skills already to be able to go into life and just go for it. So you have this amazing choice of, are you going to continue what you're doing and be successful there? Are you going to go to college and be successful there? Whereas a lot of people that don't know what to do just follow the generic path of what everyone else is doing. And I think the earlier you learn your skill, the better. What you've done is amazing. And now, what I just mentioned was school, right? How do you get that balance of education, working hard, studying, doing a podcast, social media, coming on my podcast, networking? Like, how do you do that at 13?
All right, so basically, even right now, we're having final exams, and on Sunday, we have math exam, final exam. So actually, many people ask me this question. I think time management is really important as well, but I don't think so a lot of people my age believe in that, because I don't know, but I know they don't really believe in that. But if you just set time for each specific thing you're gonna do, then even a little bit of achievement of what you want to do is going to happen. Like when right now when I have final exams, even if I'm not really sure that I studied really well, then just I'll try to take the time that I'm free, even for like 5 minutes. I take that time, you know. I don't waste it. So I set time to do normal days, do homeworks or review a subject that I didn't understand or something, and then to do everything.
So you'll do your homework, and then you'll even go out of your way and study a bit more on something you didn't understand.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this just shows as well your forward thinking of wanting the best for yourself, because some people just do, okay, I did my homework. Okay, I'm doing a bit of studying, done. You know, you're already like, I didn't understand that. I want to understand more. I want to know more. So are you someone that tries to always get the best grades in school?
Actually, that's not really my passion. But
I hope your teachers aren't watching this.
the English teacher definitely, because she knows my account.
So if we continue.
So basically, I would be happy if I was the first place or the second place, okay? But it's not really my passion, but I hope. Because even if I wasn't good at school, I know that I'm good in so many things that out of school, like just the skills that I have right now, it doesn't only requires in school, it requires in your work when you grow up, and so many things like out of school. So yeah, I believe that I'm capable of a lot of things that I did not learn from school. I found it in myself. So yeah.
What are some things that you did learn in yourself, or some skills that you learned outside of school which other teenagers should definitely find out and learn?
Actually, what I found out in myself is that I can present in front of a lot of people. I know that's part of talking, but since I was ever young, as I said, I love to talk. So this is why I did my podcast. But I found out that when presenting, even my auntie realized that on me. She said, people learn how to present. They learn how to tone their voice, go up and down or whatever. Their body language, they learn that. But me, I just have these 3 things. Yeah, I just have it. And so many people, they're like, wow. Even some teachers, my mom is a friend with a teacher who teaches people how to present and about vocals and stuff. But when he saw me, he was like, wow, your daughter is really brilliant, mashallah. He was like she can know how to tone her voice, and her body language is good, her posture is good, she knows how to speak with people. Yeah.
Honestly, it's amazing. And I think these are skills that the earlier you learn, the better, like I always say, but later on in life, people struggle with. So many people that I've spoken to that are 30s, 40s, that have to do presentations, and I'll be like, okay, no problem. This is what we're going to do. And one thing that I think is so good, and why these skills are important now, is these skills are incredible for job interviews as well. So let's say you are someone that wants to go to college and get an amazing job. You need to be good in that job interview. So learning how to speak, how to present yourself, it's such an incredible skill that, you know, you got an advantage over people in the job interview, right?
Alhamdulillah, yeah.
And, you know, you said it wasn't really your thing. You know, so where do you see yourself at 16, 18? Do you see yourself going to college? Do you see yourself pursuing what you're doing now?
Actually, we go to college here in Saudi Arabia when we're 20s.
Oh, is it 20s? Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I have a dream of applying on I want something to study in the university, but I'm keeping it a secret to show you all, because I think it's better to do your actions in silence. Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, because you don't have to share everything with people, you know? Okay, because some people, let me give you an example. They are not in your team. They just want to know how to play the game. You know,
they just want to know the gossip.
Exactly, sometimes. But so this is why I think I'm not gonna tell you guys. It's gonna be a surprise. You're gonna see in the future. And I feel like when I was like when I was a little bit younger, 12, I wanted to be an astronaut. Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but not just an astronaut who like any random kid my age at that time who just want to be astronaut. Yeah, I want to visit the moon or whatever. No, I used to care about every single detail. Like that, even I wanted to specialize myself. Like I didn't want to go to the moon because I don't know who is the American who reached to the moon, the first one who reached to the moon. So okay, that was
Lance Armstrong.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he went to the moon. Okay, so many people after him went. Okay, that for me, in my own vision, it's not something special that going to specialize me. You know, like I mean, yeah, it's gonna be something good. Yeah, you went to the moon, but no, I want to like something that
You want to do something that's no one's
different.
done before.
Yeah, I want to be first in something. Yeah, even if not first, but at least in this thing, I did something that is different from the person who did it first. You know.
Are you competitive? Are you competitive?
Not really.
Because you keep mentioning, I want to be first, I want to be different, I want to do something that no one's ever done. And that's like a very competitive thing.
Actually, because I believe it. You know, just like for the topic that I want to study in the university, I feel confident that in the future I am going to be that thing. And that's the thing I think you should have it, because without confidence you'll be like, I'm not going to, but what if I'm gonna fail? What if I'm not going to succeed in it? No, just believe it. Believe it's gonna happen.
I see two things for you, right? And I don't know what you're going to study, but I can see these two styles of job and you being number one in Saudi for it. Number one, hands down. You're either going to be going to journalism and be a presenter, and you're going to you're going to be the number one journalist here and go to international, or you're going to be a presenter on TV hosting like what is it? Something like SNL in America, or NBC, or even what is the other one? SBA, like someone that is the front of the TV talking about incredible topics and growth. Like I just see that with you because your skills already. I don't know if that's something you've ever wanted, but I see that and I'm like, you've got that already that some people do not have. I don't know if I've hit the nail on the head. I don't know if I've got it quite right, but...
Not really, but that's something I want to be right now.
Yeah.
But not in the future. In the future, I have a different passion. But you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
maybe I'm going to be this and this and this.
Yeah, true.
You don't know. So, what I was talking about, wait, I forgot.
It's okay. Go on.
Yeah, so... that even when I was thinking what I want to be in the future, my parents, my friends, they would be like, why you don't want to be a doctor? To me, as I said, I want to be something special. To me, I don't see being a doctor really special anymore. Like, I mean, being a doctor is something good, something that is really big. You get a lot of money for it, but everyone is a doctor, you know? Okay, let's say if you were a doctor, for example, I'll say, oh yeah, you're a doctor, amazing, like you're a doctor for a specific thing. But for me, I don't see that being a doctor is something special anymore. I seek specialness in everything, you know. I like to specialize myself, you know. Yeah, and that's a thing that also my Arabic teacher, she told us. I used to have that mindset, but she just encouraged me more. She said, I'm gonna say it in Arabic and then I'm gonna say it in English.
Do.
So it's just 2 words. So she said, she was talking about something. So basically, one of our classmates, she did something really good, and then she was like, you see, girls, you should specialize yourself, you know, like how can I say, you should be special in something, you know. And I don't know, people do think the same way or not, but me, I really do feel words. I care about words. I care about the value of words. That's why sometimes I watch my words, you know, not in saying something bad, no, but in saying any random thing, you know.
And the way you say it makes a massive difference. Like the words you say, you can say something. I say this all the time, right? I'm not going to do this to you, but I swear a lot. I curse a lot. But the words you say has a massive impact on the way you say it. So you can swear at someone. You know, I'm not going to swear because I know this is not your brand. I don't want to ruin that. But if I said, you are effing awesome. You are literally so effing amazing. Like, your confidence is so effing incredible. It's a compliment. I'm swearing, but it's a compliment, right? But then if you go a different route and you say to someone, you're not cursing, but you're insulting them, it's what you say and the way you say it has the true impact.
Yeah,
so I do agree. Words can completely change someone's feeling towards you.
Yeah,
massively.
that's a thing I wish my classmates can know. I wish they care about this. I mean, not they're saying bad words, but even in small things like I calculate these words, you know, like I just calculate them. Like,
do you think it's jealousy?
Like,
do you think some of your classmates get jealous of what you have and what you do?
Oh, actually, it's not my class. It's the second class.
Mm.
So our class. It's before it was by by yellows. I mean by colors.
Yeah, yeah.
And the class next to us is yellow.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the girls there, they're actually jealous of me, and like because obviously because I do something good and I because they love the series that I did Sundus too. So they're like. They're like, why you were there? Like a few years when we were like friends, you were completely nothing. Because I built myself.
Yeah.
Like you guys, you didn't think about yourself. You're just caring about hanging out with friends. Like I mean, in a like bad way, you know. Thinking about cool things, being popular and stuff. But me, I think of building myself. I thought of my future, but not in a really nervous way.
Yeah.
No, I think of something good for my future. I have confidence. And also, I like to build myself by myself. Okay, thank you to my mom that she's supporting me. But even like, let's say, if the thing that I'm doing right now, let's say if so many companies came to me and they're like, we want to support you, and say, thank you for the offer, I would definitely say yes. But in my other mindset, I'll be like, okay, that's something good. But yeah, it's going to be part of my experience and stuff, but they will be part of my building up. And I'm not sad about it, but I want to build myself. I'm not saying I don't want anyone's help. Teamwork makes the dream work, but I like building myself. I like to discover new things by myself sometimes. Yeah.
Is that why I always see you, whether that be online, when I met you, you speak with a lot of adults a lot more than younger, like teenagers. But do you think like you relate to older people a lot more? Like myself, the way we speak, the way we do things, what we're doing. Do you relate to someone older a lot more, would you say?
Yeah, somewhat. But people my age, not really, because if I was speaking to them, they would be like, they won't understand what I'm talking about or how is my mindset going, you know? They'll be like, okay, whatever, let's go somewhere else, or like, did you hear about the new I don't know, trend maybe, or the new game that, okay, that's something, me too, I do like a little bit, but because what I like more about is self-empowerment, self-confidence, and building up yourself, knowing your values and stuff. So they don't really know these things. So this is why they're not really interested. And this is why me too, I'm not interested in what they're talking about. So this is why there's not really good connection. But with older people, why? Because from the older people, it's where I exchange ideas. My mindset has changed. I learned from really great people. So yeah.
It's amazing because even before the show, we were talking about some trends, and I had to really explain some of the trends to you because you were like, I just don't know. Like, you've heard, but like you're not on social media for that. You're on social media to build a brand, to build yourself up, to actually have value, right?
Yeah.
And for other people out there that are probably listening and are like, I want to build a brand. I actually want to do that. I want to do this for myself. I want to grow on social media. What are some tips that you'd give them to just get started?
Oh, so stay consistent because it's really important. Have discipline. Not everything is going to work out in one day. So confidence is really important. And no matter how older you are or younger you are, your dreams are not something that are impossible to reach. Like, let's say, for example, my dream, that's not my dream, but let's say if I had, my dream was, I want to meet an alien. That seems impossible, right?
Yeah.
But since it's your dream, try everything to make it come true. Because what's the benefit of these tryings as well is that you will learn something new, get to know something new. Maybe you'll have another dream from that experience or something. So yeah, your dreams are also important. Again, you're the main character of your life, so think of yourself, build yourself, have a really powerful name that whenever someone mentions your name, you don't even have to introduce yourself. Your name introduce yourself with the impactful things that you were doing. And always have a goal for something. Okay, it might be entertainment or something, but still have a goal that is impactful for whatever you want to do. Like for me, I'm doing my podcast is also to let people who are my age, the youth, to know about Vision 2030.
Honestly, I think that's amazing. And you said a lot of things there about dreams and doing these things. And I know I spoke about, college and your dreams, and you're pursuing this right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I do this whenever I work with a client. I do this. I always say, in 6 months, how do you see yourself? What do you see yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I work with a client, remember, right? But for you,
Mm-hmm.
if you had to truly imagine Linda in 5 years, right? In 5 years,
Oh.
in 5 years' time, you're 18 years old, right?
No, 19.
Oh yeah, you'll be nearly 19. You're 19 years old, right? In 5 years.
Yes. And that will be in 2030. And I
Yeah.
believe that I had a role in Vision 2030. And inshallah, the Crown Prince have already looked up at my podcast and maybe will take me in something that is really big in the vision. Yeah, so I believe that I'll have a deep mark in people's heart for Vision 2030 and representing my country as well. Because without what I'm doing and without this vision, many people right now who are not Arab, they would say, oh yeah, Saudi Arabia is just a desert and camels and hot weather. But actually, when you come here, and for people who came here, like when it was a little bit developing, they were like saying, Saudi Arabia is developing really, really way too fast, especially here in Riyadh.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, it is. My parents came for the first time in January, and they were shocked. So I tell them everything, right? How it's different, what's growing. And my dad especially, he watches a lot of the news. He's 57, and there's a stereotype, right?
Yeah.
And he came here and he was shocked. First of all, how friendly everyone was. He was so shocked about how friendly everyone was, how welcome everyone was.
Yeah, because that's our habit. We love to welcome everyone.
Massively. And this is something that happens, right? For every expat that comes to Saudi Arabia, if you don't get fat in the first month you get here, you have the wrong friends. Because they're going to take you for food. You're going to have shawarma, kabsa.
We're not going to let you pay.
Yeah. And whereas you go to the UK, it's going to be a bit different.
Yeah, I know. That's why when I was thinking, when I'm going to go and make friends there, I'm going to be like, some of them might be kind and do that, but I'm like, they're not going to be just like us. They're not going to they're going to let me pay for what I got. So, yeah.
It's very different. And that's something I've tried to really get embedded who I am, because it's so different, and it's not what people expect. Is people act as a real host, as if they're the guest in the country, and they treat you as if you are part of the family, right?
Yeah.
And that's what is amazing, and it's in the culture, and people don't even see that. And I think that's something that what people don't see that is going to stay long term, and especially with 2030, when people come and see more. With that staying, it's going to attract more and more people.
Yeah, because so many people are going to come for Expo 2030 and FIFA World Cup 2034. Yeah.
So I'm excited for that. I said to my friends, I have to stay in Saudi just for the next, 9 years now. Just because I'll be like, halas, we need to get my friends coming to go to the World Cup. That's the goal, right? And I know we spoke a lot about 2030 because that's something you want to be a part of, right?
Yes.
And Mohammed bin Salman is an inspiration to you and what you're doing. But who are 3 other people that you look at and are inspired by in what you do?
Actually, as I said, first of all, the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and then His Royal Highness Prince Talal bin Abdul Aziz, and the third person, actually, my mom, because for me, everyone sees their parents different, but for me, the way I see my mom is really special. Even let's say in a other way, even the way my mom walks is different from any woman I see. Like I see her something that is really special for me. Without everything that she did for me, I would have been here, and I would have known how to speak with people without the value that she is building for me. No one will come to me and speak for me, and they'll be like, you're doing such a great thing, we want you for this, so I'm really thankful for her, and I'm really thankful for her support, and I hope that when I grow up, I'm gonna show her what she wanted to see in me when I become older, and that I'm going to repay her.
Honestly, she is probably happy with who you are already, She's probably very happy with who you are and what you're becoming and the way you think. And that's something that is truly amazing on how supportive your mum is and how supportive your family are. Because I know in Saudi, every family is different, values are different, everything's different.
True.
But how was that upbringing with your mum and your family to allow you to go on social media, be yourself and grow? How was that?
Actually, so basically, my father is a diplomat, so he travels a lot. So my mom used to travel with him. So of course she she's used with the people who are into social media before here, when it was a little bit strict here. So of course she saw the people outside, how they communicate and how they are in social media and stuff. As well, my aunties and uncles, they used to travel a lot everywhere. So I think it's not something that they see is bad, or like, no, if you like, what if you did this, like your family are going to say, you know, you have a background, you have like, so.
No, it's true. And like, I get comments on my social media about things that, oh, this is what you're doing is bad, this isn't a good representative of Saudi, and things that is a lie, right? Or I say it's a lie, you don't have to say that, but things that I would say is BS, you know, and they have expectations on what they think is right. How do you deal with other people's opinions in the kingdom that are different to yours, that may say, you know, you shouldn't be doing this? How do you feel about that?
Actually, nobody has ever told me that, but with their actions, I see what they're trying to say or do. But actually, the way I deal with it is that, because as I told your audience not to care about people's opinion, because by the end, it's their own opinion. It's not a fact about yourself. For me, I deal with it because maybe let's say for some people, they did want to achieve where I am, but they couldn't, or, well, you know, so many people have other stuff to do at home and behind the scenes. So maybe these things didn't allow them. So maybe some might be jealous that I am in this place where they were supposed to be.
Or they wish they would be.
Yes. And some, they are like, how can I tell you? Because let's say they're quite a little bit old, like not really old, like grandfathers. No, they.
How old is old to you? How old is old?
Like in the 20s or something.
In the 20s is old, but anyway, I'm 31.
Not really old.
Okay.
So,
just continue. Breaking, making me feel ruined. Continue. So anyway, opinions and old people.
Yeah. So, is that because this was never here before in Saudi Arabia, so it's something new to them, or in their family they don't do this, in their own life they don't see something like this, so it's like they're kind of like, no, this you're not supposed to do this. This is wrong, like, you know.
And I think even not just in Saudi, but in the UK, every family is different. Everyone does things differently.
True.
And you realize this as you get older, that not necessarily what you're taught was wrong, but you think differently to other people.
Exactly. Now this is something I realized in myself when we were younger, between me and my cousins. So I gave them nicknames. So I'm gonna say it's Julian, Raven, and me. So
I like it how you're just giving them nicknames. Okay.
Yeah, even my best friend, I gave her the nickname Teko, and I'm Lendo. So our friendship name is Teko and Lendo. Yes.
Okay, now you're showing the teenage years. Okay. Yeah.
So, the three of us, my cousins, Julian and Raven, they're siblings, okay? So, of course, their parents were, they're not really strict, but you know, every parents are somehow strict.
Yes.
So, sometimes when they, like, let me tell you about Raven. Raven, she's scared of, if she did this, her parents are going to do that, you know? Like, it's not something bad, but she's scared, like even if it's something good, maybe she thinks her parents are going to exaggerate about it and like, why did you do that? This is wrong, whatever. But Julian has also the same thing, but he likes to explore, but in a limited way, you know? But me, when I was young, how can I say, I used to say okay with everything. So I was like, fine, I'm fine with everything. I used to like to explore, like even when both of them, they fight, if Raven told me to be on her side, I'll be okay. If he told me to be on his side, I'll be okay. In both sides, I'll be okay. So I realized that the way I used to think was different from them, even though when we were younger. Like before I even had like these skills that I have right now in the mindset, but I realized that I did have some of these mindsets when I was younger. You know, I used to be, how can I say? I used to be friendly with people. Like, and that's the thing every kid is, but them, because you know you're not supposed to talk with every stranger or stuff, but me, I used to be open with everyone. I didn't used to think sometimes like they're going to kidnap me. No. I used to think, yeah, they're someone who is.
I wasn't expecting you to say that, if I'm honest.
But then they might think like, no, if we went outside, they're going to kidnap us, you know. But they have changed, and I'm proud of them. They have changed. Their mindset is better right now, and yeah.
But also, you live in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
It is one of the safest countries in the world, if not the safest. And I say this to everyone: is I think in my mind when I see this, when I was living in a different apartment, it was a family building. There was kids running around. There was like a little park in the middle of the apartment block, and kids at 4 years old are running around at 9 p.m. at night, and in Ramadan later, and no parent around. In the UK, you would never see that. Ever. You would never, ever see that. No parent around, ever, just in case. Just to be sure. Here, you do not need to worry about that. And I think that just shows the safety of it, right?
Yes.
And it just shows that, okay, don't go around speaking to strangers, yes. But still, it just shows how safe it is here in comparison.
Yeah, because they like to explore, you know. These kids love to, because when they say, let's say someone like you, British or like anywhere from any nationality, not Arab, they would be happy to know that person, like something new to them, you know. So they would like to know that person and stuff. But of course, not all are going to reach out to the person, but they will be like, oh, that person is like from there. Like,
yeah, that's true. And I think when you know, if you go and exploring and doing things is so key. It allows you to go and network and meet people. It allows you to meet crazy celebrities, right? And do these amazing things. And you've already done collaborations with so many brands and met so many celebrities. What are your top 3 celebrities or top 3 content creators that you've met already?
Oh, I have met Ilham Ali. She's an actress. I have met Lujain Umran. She's also an actress and model. Who else? I actually met a lot, but the ones that I love, who? Let me tell you.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's hard to pick a top 3.
Yeah, I think these.
Just-
These two are my favorites. Yeah.
Why?
Ilham Ali, because she really have good humanity, even though she's a really big celebrity here in Saudi Arabia, but still she doesn't see herself over everyone. Like that's the thing we say it in Arabic. It's شايفة نفسك على الناس, which is you see yourself over people, like sometimes in a bad way. And that's something so many celebrities sometimes do. They're like, okay, we're big celebrities. Okay, you're just a fan. I'm not gonna talk to you. Like.
Yeah.
No, but her, no. Even in Instagram or social media, she responds to them. She helps them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. She's not a therapist, but she loves to help. And Lujain Umran, because she's into modeling, I really love what she do and her collaboration. She did also collaboration with Dior. Yeah, so I love the way of her modeling.
That's awesome. And you said something there about, you know, these celebrities, they'll respond, they'll be with fans.
Oh, it's actually Ilham Ali that responds.
Okay,
I did not really know.
Okay. Well, look, they still interact with fans, right? Which is great. And have you ever had people come up to you and ask for photos and are fans of your content?
Oh, actually, yeah, in the mall.
Yeah?
But not really that people that oh my God. No, it's just like maybe 5-6 people. Yeah.
I think it's because you're young.
Yeah.
And because like no one wants to go up to a 13-year-old girl and be like, can I have a photo? Because you're young, even though you're inspiring so many people, it's a bit nerve-wracking, right?
Yeah, but mostly these people who takes photos with me are younger than me, like 10, 9,
Oh, that's
8.
so amazing.
Yeah. It's actually not older people. Yeah. But older people, they're like, oh, I know you. It's just it's communication, you know? Yeah. But people who are younger than me, no, I want to take photo with you.
How did you feel the first time you got recognized?
Oh, I was like feeling happy. I was like, oh, I finally feel like I'm well known, because I feel like nobody still at that time. I thought nobody really knows me. Of course they don't, because I just started. But when I saw that someone recognized me, especially in school, I was like, oh, so they do know. So I do have fans. I thought I did not have a fan.
And even though I think this is the hardest thing with social media, you see the numbers go up, likes go up, and you think, okay, people follow me. But when someone comes up to you and says, hi, I like your content, or I like what you posted, you're like,
that's different.
Yeah, it feels, you're like,
It
wow,
hits
this is real.
different,
These
yeah.
numbers are real people. And it feels so good, right?
Yeah, I know. I just feel like it's just a good feeling. Like someone is like, I'm a big fan for you, and I love what you do. And like, it's just a good feeling.
Not, of course. And I think when that happens, it becomes more real. It becomes more like, oh, wow, like I want to keep going. I want to keep doing this. I want to keep posting.
Exactly. True.
Saying that, you know, you are doing a great job, posting on content, podcasts, everything. What are some content collaborations, brands, whatever, that are, like would be a dream for you? Not necessarily people to come on, but what would be dream collaborations for you? As a brand?
Hyphen.
Yeah?
In Hyphen. It's in Hyphen. It's a K-pop group called...
Okay.
They are... Do you know K-pop?
Not enough, clearly.
Did you see that one video with Byron when he posted up when we talked about K-pop, PSY, So these are K-pop. K-pop idols are like they do sing and dance.
I know. Is it something pink?
Blackpink.
They
disbanded.
They're not together?
No, now they're solos.
Because is it Lisa?
Lisa, yeah.
Lisa, she was in a TV series called White Lotus, and that's how I knew about Blackpink. So I only found out that she was a K-pop star from that, and then I heard of Blackpink and stuff. But you're a big fan of K-pop?
Very much. I love In Hyphen way too much. So I wish that's also my dream, to collaborate with them. To collaborate with them, meet them, and have a sign of them. Yeah, and also take photos with them.
Who is also like some dream people you'd be like, I want to meet them so bad.
So bad?
Like two more people this is like a top three again.
Oh,
Other two people that are like, I want to meet them, I want to collaborate with them, I want them on the podcast, things like that.
Oh, in my podcast, actually.
And you can't say Mohammed bin Salman. You've said him too many times.
I
know you're going to say him, so you have to say someone new.
Okay. What was her name? Princess Rima. Do you know her?
Well, I don't know her personally, but I know of her. Yeah.
So she has really done so many good things, and I wish I can interview her in my podcast. And who else? Someone out of these people could be. I'm actually not really into Arab celebrities.
Okay, so outside the Western world, who is some celebrities you'd want to come to Saudi?
Actually, in my podcast, it's I have to think of it, because what they do have to have a linkage between Vision 2030, or what they do is supporting, or it's part of Vision 2030. But as like maybe for myself, filming an interview with them for myself only, or like for
just
fun,
for yourself, for fun.
In Hyphen. And who else?
Is it hard to choose? Have you got a lot of people in mind?
I got so many people in mind.
Just throw them out there. Give me all of them.
All of them?
Yeah.
Okay. Angelina Jolie, and in Hyphen, as I said, and who else? Actually, in Hyphen, there's 7 members, so they're a lot. But if it was from In Hyphen, if I had to choose one of them, 2 of them actually, I would choose my bias. It's Jake and Suno. Yeah.
Why is K-pop so popular, by the way?
Oh, K-pop? Actually, it's really popular because I think the content that they're doing is really interesting. The songs, the music that they do, the collaboration that they do, the way they act, their nature. Yeah, I think that's why people like them. And now because Korea is trending in beauty and skincare and K-pop, so I think this is why also K-pop are.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You're always thinking, from the sounds of things, you're always talking about vision, goals, everything. And do you think a lot about this constantly, of being better, doing better, the next step? Do you think about this a lot?
Yes, I do. Actually, from my first episode in my podcast, I was like, no, I didn't like the way I was like talking.
Really?
Yeah.
But like the way you're speaking now is fine. You weren't sounding like this?
Look, sometimes what you see about yourself is different, because you're used to yourself. Like so many people thinks they're ugly because they're used to themselves, but other people when they see them, oh my God, you're so handsome or pretty. So I think it was the way how I was like performing, not the way I was talking, but I mean like the way I was performing. But when I met when I did interviews with so many, not really many, I mean like with some people, I think I got better, you know. Yeah.
And even though it's so different from being on a camera on social media to a camera on a podcast, it's so different. I think it's different style. You know, you're very aware of what is over here, you know, and it's very different. And
True.
even though you are someone that thinks about all these amazing things, but what is Linda like when you're relaxing? What are you like off camera? What are you like off podcast? What are you like when you're chilling, relaxing? Who is Linda?
Linda is a person who likes to dance a lot, sings a lot.
A lot of K-pop.
Yeah. Even though when my vocals sometimes are really bad.
So you're not going to sing for us? You're not going to sing for us now? We've got the microphone. We're ready to go.
Oh!
No, I'm joking.
So, but dancing, of course, because I'm really good at dancing. That's a thing my best friend is going to tell you. If you ask her, how is Linda as your friend, she's going to tell you. And even my family, everyone, my aunties, my mom, Linda is a person who always thinks weird, funny imaginations. Like how weird and funny, like not something funny like like let's say I imagine somebody said a joke. No, I imagine way different. Like how can I tell you? Like let me imagine something.
So you've got a very creative mind. You'll create scenarios or scenes or people.
That's a thing that I always tell myself. I'm like, normal people, they think about normal scenarios. Like let's say having fun with their friend or whatever the scenario is. But me, 99% funny, weird imaginations and 1% normal scenarios.
Yeah.
Like the way I imagine is like really. Like let's say monkeys are going to jump from here.
Really?
Yeah, and maybe like when they reach here, they're wearing the Hawaii outfit, like the grass skirt. Yeah, and then they're dancing into the camera.
Yeah, like it sounds crazy and weird, but I feel that because when I was younger, so when we used to drive a lot, right? When we were younger, going on camping trips or whatever, and it rained a lot in the UK. So on the windows, we don't have phones or anything. So there would be like raindrops on the window. And I'd imagine they're like racing against each other, like the raindrops to the bottom, and there'll be different characters. Oh. So like I'd always think like you said, a monkey, or for me it would be more like wrestlers or something that I was interested in. I'd imagine the raindrops coming down, racing each other, and like then, I don't know, they'll die if they don't win or something. So I understand what you mean. I think this comes with a creative mind. When someone is creative and they're constantly thinking, and you seem like someone that overthinks in a good way. You know, you're constantly thinking. I like to see overthinking as two things as well. People see overthinking as being bad.
Yeah, and something depressing, yeah.
Yeah, but they see visualization as something good. It's the same thing. Overthinking is overthinking. If you're overthinking about something good, creating something fun scenarios, playing games, or thinking about your future, you're overthinking. But if you're overthinking about the hard times, you're still overthinking. Yeah. So why not just twist that and be crazy, stupid, weird, creating characters, or imagine your future over overthinking about negative stuff or stupid things that no one cares about, right? I think you've got that part of your brain now where you're like, right, this is where I'm thinking. It's either vision, goals, or creating monkeys running on the table, you know? Saying that.
Do you know Hassan Youssef?
No.
He is director of the Real Madrid program here in Saudi Arabia.
Oh no, I don't.
If one day you're going to be friends with him, if you asked him about Linda, like behind the scenes, he's also going to tell you about the imaginations.
Oh really?
Yeah. There was also one time when he said, I don't remember what he said, but it was something serious. Okay, I was serious with him, but what was the way I pictured the whole thing, because he was talking about something like people who are acting good in front of you, but they're bad actually. Like behind, they're like really toxic. So how did I imagine them? I imagined them as a skeleton, okay, with the fairy dress.
I think this is, by the way, this is a great way to remember things, by the way. When you were like this is actually, there was a book called The Old Unlimited Memory. And the way they teach you is literally what you're doing now, is how to remember words, how to remember stories, how to remember people, is through the way you're thinking. Imagine a skeleton in a fairy dress. And that's how you remember the people that, what we call like snakes, and talk behind your back, right? So the way you think is so beyond, and you have that skill naturally, which is so good, you know? And what I think is awesome is Linda as a person is crazy, energetic, she thinks in the future. But what do you like to do to chill? What do you do to relax? You can't always be switched on and thinking, oh, I'm going to be doing my podcast, I'm creating content, I've got collaborations to do. What do you do to relax?
What do I do to relax? Talking with myself.
Do you talk to yourself a lot?
Way too much. Ask my mom, she's here. She'll be...
She does it a lot? She talks a lot to herself? Oh, by the way, my mum, when she watches this as well, she's going to say the same thing. So I do this thing when I'm stressing out, when I'm happy, energetic. I talk to myself when no one's there. And then when people are there, they think I'm speaking to them.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying about. Yeah. My aunt, there was one time I was like talking with myself. My mom was like, who are you talking to? I'm like, myself. And my uncle, one time when he visited us here, because he lives in Jeddah, he was like here. I was like, he was talking with my mom. I was in the room talking with myself. He was like, who is she talking to?
Yeah. And you're thinking out loud. You're just talking as if you're speaking to someone, but it's just for you to you, right? And honestly, I think this is the best thing to do. Yeah. I love it. I do it all the time, even to this day.
Yeah, because till now, me too. Because like, even if you're, let's say when you're talking to yourself and then you're explaining as if someone is in front of you, as if you're talking to someone, and then you don't understand something, or you're too stressed to explain it, you just understand it yourself because you know what you're talking about, or what is it about.
So when you say you're speaking to yourself, right, I love this because I think it's really funny. Because I do the same. Do you do it in random scenarios? Is it all the time? Is it like when you're doing something? Like, because I do it, if I'm playing video games alone, I'll speak as if I'm speaking to someone. When I'm cooking or when I'm making food, I'm talking to myself. If I'm thinking of my day and my plan, I'm saying it out loud to myself. And my partner, she will be like, she'll respond and I'll be like, what? Like, because I wasn't speaking to her, you know? She'd be so confused.
Yeah.
But I do it in scenarios as if someone's there, but no one's there. But even when I've had roommates in the past at uni, they find it weird. Like, they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm just cooking and chatting. Like, I'm just talking about what I'm doing today with myself, you know? And people don't, I don't know, maybe it is a weird thing, I don't know, but I'm glad someone else does it. Maybe I'm a 13-year-old girl inside that does this as well. That's funny. So do you do it all the time?
All the time, everywhere, every minute, every second. Like, not when I'm doing specific thingy, or like when I'm starting to do my makeup or my skincare, I say, hey, hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel.
That was so funny.
No, I just talk with myself every hour, like every minute.
But by the way, what you just said about when we said confidence before, about in the mirror and talking to yourself, this is how you build confidence speaking, by the way, by just practicing. So this is probably why you're good. You've been just talking to yourself your whole life, and
but
that's
actually,
why you're good.
But actually, I don't often do it in front of the mirror. I do it everywhere, like.
Yeah,
but not in front of people because they're going to think I'm crazy.
No, that's why they think you're speaking to them.
Some people, they think I'm speaking to them, or because here we are, like some Arab people, like when they see someone like that, they'll think they're sick. So the ones that their mind is still not developed. So this is why.
That's a harsh way, but it's okay. So what I want to do is we're going to play a little bit of just a couple. I'm going to give you some top 5 scenarios, and you're just going to give me your top 5, whatever the topic is, nice and quick, right? So for you, you lived in Riyadh your whole life, by the way?
Yes.
Okay. So what is your top 5 things to do in Riyadh?
Actually, I don't love Riyadh.
This is a terrible question. You ruined the question.
Sorry, but like, Okay, not ruining the vibe. Actually,
No, I'm joking. It's okay. You can say what you want. It's okay.
So actually, since I was ever young, in school vacation we go to Jeddah because our family was there, so we have fun. So my perspective about Jeddah is something fun, family gathering. Okay, but coming here back in Riyadh, school. I right now I kind of love school, but back I don't like school and. It's only boring days. I mean, look, till now, okay, Riyadh, mashallah, tabarakallah, is really big and it has a really good jobs and so many people in here and a lot of entertainment stuff, like, because it's the capital city. But I still choose Jeddah over Riyadh because I just don't know. There's Boulevard, there are so many malls, so many cinemas, so many good things, but
It's not for you.
no, for me.
Okay, we'll flip it. What are your top 5 things to do in Jeddah? What are your top 5 things to do in
Actually,
Jeddah?
I'm gonna do that in my birthday. This, I'm going to Roshan Front. No, Roshan Front is here. Sorry, Al Corniche.
Yeah, the Corniche, yeah.
Yes, and I'm planning to go to aquarium. There's a aquarium called Fakih, I guess. Yeah, and I'm planning also to go to Al Balad. Yeah, it's a historical place there. Where else? I was planning to go.
That's a big thing that I feel like you're missing about Jeddah, which would be definitely in my top 5.
I just had 3 things, right?
Yeah, but there's one thing that's so important in Jeddah. Like
The sea.
the beach, yeah. Surely that's got to be in your top 5.
Yeah, because the Corniche is
Okay.
facing the sea. The ocean, the sea.
The ocean,
the
yeah.
sea, yeah.
It's the same thing, it's fine.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah. What else? I think shopping. Yeah, but I feel like shopping in Jeddah hits different than here in Riyadh.
A mall is a mall. Like, for me, a mall is a mall. What makes it different?
I don't know. It's just maybe because my perspective and my love for Jeddah. This is plus. Sorry.
Yeah, you're very excited. Go on, go.
This is the thing that I do whenever I get excited. So, the thing that I also like about Jeddah is that because we're also from Jeddah. Jeddah people are really friendly, way too friendly. I think it's the most friendliest city in Saudi Arabia.
And they're very chilled. They're so chilled.
Exactly. Not here in Riyadh. There's so many friendly people, good welcoming and stuff. But there's still some bossy attitude. You know, like not really friendly. Okay. But in Jeddah, even let's say you are in a cafe, okay, sitting alone. Let's say you have a bad day, but of course they're not gonna know because you're just masking it off, but it's in your head. Suddenly, a friend will come to you. Will be like, "Oh, hi, what's your name? Can we be friends?" Or like, "What are you doing? Do you want to join us or something?" Yeah, so they're really friendly.
Yeah.
Like, I love them. That's why. And because I love beach vibes and stuff, so of course Jeddah has a lot of beach things and stuff. Yeah.
How often do you go to Jeddah?
In school vacations.
So look, school's ending soon, right?
Yes.
So you're heading there, what, in 3-4 weeks? Is it 3 weeks? 4
Actually,
weeks?
maybe not this month or the upcoming month. Maybe in August.
Okay, fair. But honestly, that is the hottest time to be in Jeddah.
I know. I know, but I love summer. But
Are you Saudi? Like, loving summer and being Saudi are like different things, by the way. Normally, every Saudi I meet is like, I need the winter, I need the rain.
yeah, so many Saudi people love London more.
Yeah.
Look, I have a different perspective.
I've realized this whole podcast, I've realized your perspective is different. That's true.
So, I don't know. I just like summer. But definitely not really here in Saudi Arabia because it's hot. But why I like summer, because I want to go in the future, like I don't know when, to other countries, like in summer.
Yeah.
But here, because you know, between works and stuff and projects, I can't travel outside because maybe they will need me right now. So this is why I'll be going to Jeddah.
You sound like you're a businesswoman right now. This project, I've got so much going for me, but you're 13 and I'm like, then you're finishing school. So it's so different.
I know. So yeah.
That's awesome. And like, you say you wanted to travel, you want to see the world.
Very much. I want to travel the whole world.
So that's going to be a top 5 question. What are 5 countries that you're like, maybe not the number 1, number 2, number 3, but just 5 countries off the top of your head that you're like, I want to visit. I would love to visit.
Japan, Korea, LA. Where else? To the Maldives. Where else? Australia.
Ooh, okay, these are very different places. Obviously, I knew he was going to say Japan and Korea. I just knew that was going to happen with the whole K-pop thing going on. I knew it.
Look, Korea, yes, for K-pop and skincare and beauty, but Japan, because I want to visit Okayama.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, there's a place called Okayama. I want to go there. I just want to see how people there, their nature, you know.
It's a completely different culture.
Yes.
And it'd be so good to experience. And I'd recommend anyone that's in any culture, whether a European, English, American, Arab, or even, you know, Southeast Asia, anyway, just go somewhere because you're going to see something completely different. And
Exactly,
it's so cool.
true. And I want to go to Japan because they have so many cute things, you know.
Yeah.
So I want to go shop there. Oh my God, if I came back, let's say I flew from Saudi Arabia to Japan with only one suitcase. When I come back, 5 suitcases.
This is you definitely showing the 13-year-old girl inside of you now. And see, now we know what you like to do for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely shopping is a thing.
Of course. Yeah, I love shopping. As well, I love to explore. So when I'm gonna go like to the jungle or whatever, any good places there, mysterious places there, I love to collect weird things. Like not weird things, but like a lot, like different things. Like how can I say? Right now, I love to collect rocks. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, because there's two types. Why do I like to collect rocks? Because I don't know. Because I just like to collect things.
Like memories of the place, something different.
Yeah, maybe. But the second one is that because I really love fantasy books, and I don't I don't. I'm not really into fantasy like in a childish way. Like this is going to happen. No, like because the books that I read are not like Harry Potter or like they say no. They're like, do you know Caraval?
No.
By Stephanie Garber.
I don't know anything about fantasy books, by the way.
Oh.
I only read self-development books.
It's young.
Yeah.
I do read self-development books, but this is young adult fantasy books, you know?
Nice.
Yeah, so it kind of do make you feel as if it's real.
Yeah. That was actually a question I wanted to ask you about, right? Because I literally had it written down because I think you did say you read, and you did say that you read, you know, outside of school. What are some books that you think that you've read that are about self-development that would truly help people here in Saudi and the younger generation to build confidence, develop themselves, build good habits? What are 3 books of you that are like, halas, you have to read?
Actually, there's I forgot what is the author of this book, but do you know that one book that says Human Behavior?
Yeah,
the red one, the big one. Yeah, I think you should read that because it's gonna help you so much. I still haven't really finished it.
It's a big book. Yeah.
So I think that's the first one. And the second one, Atomic Habits.
Oh, my favorite. That's the first one I always recommend. It is. I've read it 3 times because it's so good because you always miss something. Hands down, the first book anyone should read for self-development. The best book. The best book. I agree. Go on. Number 3.
Number 3, I think my favorite. What was it? Wait. Then it's like a cat. It's like. It's like something with the word soup, chicken soup, cat something.
I don't know this book at all.
Wait, I forgot what's the name. Wait, it's a green book. If you can go to Jarir, search a book, ask the workers there, or you yourself find it. There's a book that the first line is green, and then as well the down part, and then it has a cat, and then the words that you're gonna find for the book name is like soup, chicken soup, cats.
What's it about?
I actually haven't read it, but I have heard a lot of it, that it really helps you. It's like it helps you in so many things, especially in developing yourself because it's a development book.
Okay.
But yeah, I think you should read that one too.
I'll have to check that out. So honestly, I think the way you think, what you do is absolutely amazing. And
thank you.
To summarize, what is one message you would love to give my followers and your followers and everyone listening to truly grow and think differently and try and develop themselves the way you have?
Have a lot of experience. Don't be scared to try out new things because we're here to try a lot of things. And as well, confidence. Believe in your dreams, no matter how it seems impossible. What else? have consistency and discipline, and always try to build yourself up by yourself. Don't depend on a lot of people, because by the end, they're not going to be with you. It's you who's going to be with yourself. And make value for yourself, because that's, I think, my auntie said, if you didn't make value for yourself, no one is going to make a value for yourself. Not even your parents. They're going to support you, but you should make your own value. And well, I would like to say,
honestly, I absolutely love it. Thank you for coming on the podcast. It's been absolutely
You're
amazing to get
welcome.
to know you, the way you think, your crazy side, your fun side, your shopping and K-pop side. It's been
Yeah.
absolutely amazing. Thank you very much for coming on.
You're welcome. But there's also one thing I didn't complete my answer when we were talking about the rocks. The second
Go ahead, continue, yeah?
So the second way I like to collect rocks is that because I was like, okay, maybe even just a random rock I find, like even in the desert, maybe if I opened it, maybe like some crystals are they'll be inside. Even if I saw one in the street.
Really?
Yes.
There's many rocks on the street. Don't go picking them all up, okay?
I know, ask my mom how many times she comes and see the car, the thingy, the opening that you put everything, whatever you want. She finds so many rocks in there. She's
Yeah.
like, why do you put it here?
Yeah.
I'm like, I just like to collect rocks. Yeah.
Look, I'm loving the weird side. I think it's amazing, by the way. This is what everyone should do. Embrace themselves, build that confidence, show who they are, and just keep growing and keep developing. And what I want to do, I'm going to continue growing in the podcast, continue doing it. I don't want to get you on in like a year or 2 years' time and just be like, what have you done? How have you grown? What are you doing next? Because I think you're so young with so much potential, and you've achieved so much. Even a 21-year-old would be happy with what you've achieved. And when you're that age, you're going to do so much. And it's so amazing to have you on the podcast, hear your story, your tips to everyone. It's been honestly amazing having you here.
Thank you very much. And I also would like to tell them, one of the last things that you told me, I would like to tell you guys to also think positive. And remember, you're always the main character of your life, so you can do whatever you want. Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Whatever platform you're on, make sure you subscribe, like the video. We appreciate it as always. And down below, wherever we're at, is going to be your social media, Linda AL-faisal. Go check it out. And your podcast, obviously, Linda Vision Saudi 2030. Cheers, guys.